Hey leaders, this is Karen. I wanted to send you just a quick little video on a couple of things that have been brought to my attention, and I thought this would be a good time to just quickly send you something that I want you to think about. First of all, and by the way, this is only going to leaders on my team. If you're a 3-star or if you have people on your team, you're getting this, and that's it. Okay, so first of all, back orders. Everybody's been a little discouraged and a little frustrated because of all the fragrances that are on back order, particularly fundraisers and in some of the best-selling scents. I don't really know what's going on with vendors with Gold Canyon or what the problem is. Is it vendors? Is it Gold Canyon? It doesn't matter. I know they're getting them in next week, but a couple of things I wanted to share with you because I remembered a very successful man sharing this with me years ago. And I thought I would just share it with you real quick. Years ago, I asked him, and he was a multimillionaire and very successful, and I just asked him, I said, what tips would you give somebody on what's made you so successful in this business? And he said, Karen, here's the deal. Run when people are walking and walk when people are running. And at the time, I wasn't quite sure what he meant by that, and I didn't want to act kind of, like I didn't get it, but I kind of knew what he meant, but I wasn't sure. But since then, I've learned, I think I know exactly what he's talking about. When people, and whether it has to do with stock markets, whether it has to do with real estate, any type of business, even our Gold Canyon business, our little small businesses, this is very true. It rings very true. Right now, I think Gold Canyon is very stagnant. The sales are pretty stagnant because everything's on back order. Everybody's frustrated. Nobody's even ordering. Nobody's really out getting fundraisers because they're wondering, are we going to get these in? And here's the deal. They're coming in next week on the 24th. This is a time when I need to be running and you need to be running. So that's probably one of the most important things that I want to share with you today is when things are slow and it seems like nothing's happening, that's when we need to be moving. And I'm going to share with you some things that I'm doing here in a few minutes, but I want to go over a couple of more things with you as well. So here in a few minutes, I'll go over some of the exact little things that I'm doing to keep me moving and running right now. Most of the time we get discouraged at this time and we're like, oh, well, never mind. If we do something, we do something. And if my team sells, they sell. If not, who cares? So we don't want to have that attitude because that's what will bring you down. And again, I honestly feel like this has really helped me as a leader with this business in the last 10 years that I've been doing it. I worked, as you know, full-time for Gold Canyon for about 10 years before I became a consultant. And I worked 3 years at the home office while I was trying to build a team. So anyway, so I get it. It gets frustrating, but we don't give up. We just keep plugging along. All right, the next thing I wanted to share with you is leadership. Something that I think is really important and that I have learned, again, probably the hard way, but I want to share it with you so you're not learning it the hard way. A lot of times we as leaders, we sit back and wait to see if our teams are going to sell in a particular month. And if they sell, then we decide, oh, okay, well, maybe I'll put an order in because everybody's selling. And that way we'll get our commission check. Okay. All right, I want you to think about this, why this is extremely dangerous to do this. And I found out, again, early on that I cannot be that way because it will kill me. And I wouldn't be here today if I did do that. So basically, when you're sitting back waiting for your team to see what they do, and that will decide if you do your sales. So you're waiting till like the 27th, 28th of the month to see if your sales are high enough. Here's the danger of that. Who are you thinking about? You're thinking about yourself. Just like me, if I were sitting here looking at my team sales thinking, oh, nobody's selling very much, so I guess I won't be placing an order this month. That is just a way of saying, you know what, it's all about me. It's not about my team. And I want to change your way of thinking, and I want to remind myself to think that way as well. Think about what you can do. What are your sales? Whether your team sells anything or not, you need to have good sales. I have to at the stage I'm at, because this is my business and I don't want to go out and get another business right now. I love what I do and I got to make it work. Whether my team sells or not, I need to sell because I need a paycheck. Fundraisers, parties, orders, anything I can do, website orders. I want everything because that's my paycheck from my customers. So I want you to think about that. Are you the type of leader that sits back and says, oh, well, we'll see if our team sells anything. If they sell something, great. If not, so bad, too bad. Be the kind of leader that you're out hustling sales. You know what you can do, and now you can share with them what you're doing. You need to be the leader. You need to be the example and show them. I don't know how this works, but it seems like when I'm hustling and I'm working, my team's working. Even if I didn't send out tips or anything like that, when I'm moving, they're moving. And I want you to remember that. If you're moving as a leader, your team will start moving. If you wait the other way around, you're eventually going to fall. And I want you to be very careful with that. Okay, the other thing I want to share with you is something that Kurt Wason shared with me years ago. And boy, was this an eye-opener. He said one day, Karen, if Gold Canyon closed its doors and we decided to revamp everything, we shut down, we told you no more, everything's done. When we reopen, we're going to have a whole new program, we're going to have a whole new career plan. How many of your team members would sign up under you? And I went, oh, wow. That's a good question. And later that night, I went home and I looked at my team and I thought, wow, there's a few that would probably come with me if they would sign up with me again, but there's a few that wouldn't. And it really was an eye-opener for me to realize, wow, if this ever happened, would these people come and sign up under me? So I want you to think about that. Not that anything like that's going to happen, but when you have that frame of mind where your team could go anywhere they want, anytime they want, would they want to stay with you? And that's huge. That's an important thing. So tonight, I want you to sit down on your computer and look at your team. If you don't know where to go, I'll be glad to show you where you can see all of your team members and start thinking about who have you talked to lately, who even knows you, who would come with you and who probably wouldn't. Because you never know. That very well could happen here in the future. If AK decided this plan wasn't working, he's going to redo it all. It could happen. Not like I said, not that it would. Or say another buyer came in and said, hey, I want to buy into this company, but this is how I want to run it. We'd have to change. So think about that. Think of how your team would react if something like that happened. Would they go with you or someone else? Then the other thing I want to share with you real quick is tomorrow starts the summer catalog. This is, a lot of people always say to me, Karen, summertime is my slowest time, so I don't really do much. A lot of leaders, big leaders in the company will say, I just kind of take the summer off. If you ask my husband, he would say, this is the time of year Karen works harder than any other time because she wants those sales coming in the summertime when everything is flat. So again, that's when I start running. In fourth quarter, September, October, November, December, I have the sales coming to me. It seems like I get the fundraisers, I get the customers, I get the website orders. I don't even have to work hard for it. But in the summer, I gotta work for it. But guess what? I think because I work in the summertime, that's why when it gets to be fall months, they all come back to me. They're all coming back to me. It's like I reap the rewards of what I did during the summer. Keep that in mind. Summertime is a time where we get to enjoy and have fun with our families and vacation. But don't forget about your business. This, again, is the time when I start working the hardest and I start running because I don't want to lose momentum. Okay, the other thing I wanted to share with you is, again, the few things that I'm doing right now to help me run. first fundraisers. Every night in the last couple of weeks, I'm on my website and I'm looking up schools in my area because I want to email every teacher I think will be interested in a fundraiser. If not this summer, at least I tell them, and if you're not interested now for the summer, keep my number or my email handy so you can come back and you'll have my information in the fall when school starts again. But some of the bands, cheerleaders, they do fundraisers in the summertime. So I'm trying to focus on a lot of those. So what you'll do is you go to the school or school district you want to reach out to, click on the school, click on faculty. When you get the faculty up, then you can start looking at all the performing arts. I click on performing arts, I get all the band, orchestra, choir, I get all of those, art. So I'm emailing them and I'm talking to them as much as I can. It's better to go to the school and hand them a tea light with your business card and give them the fundraiser packet. That's even better. But if you can't, like right now, I'm running. I want to reach as many as I can before school's out. School's going to be out in another couple of weeks. So I'm hustling. I want to get all these people to say, or tell all these teachers, keep my name and my email handy in case you're interested later. Also, booster parents of booster clubs. Try to see if you can find out from the different schools in your area who's the booster parent so you can give them your name. Say, hey, I know it's summertime, but if you know, if you think you might be wanting to do fundraisers this next fall, please keep my number and my name handy. Okay, so I'm really focusing on fundraisers right now. I'm guaranteeing you there's not hardly anybody out there hustling fundraisers because of the fundraiser candles being on back order. Doesn't bother me a bit. I know they'll be back in soon. So I'm hustling fundraisers. Churches in the summertime, youth groups, all of those. I'll go into a little bit more of this on our call Friday. I'm doing a live Facebook for our team, and I'm going to show the new products and have some fun little giveaways and do something fun. So I'm going to share some fundraiser tips on what we should all be doing then. In the meantime, I hope you'll get a good head start on that. Okay, the other thing I'm doing is, you know as well as I know, Amazon is the #1 retail right now. Everybody loves Amazon because why? They're convenient, they're fast, free shipping, you get your orders usually in a really good amount of time. And so guess what Walmart's doing? Walmart has free pickup, grocery pickup. Now they're doing delivery. And within a day, I saw it on the news last night, Walmart's delivering to you within a day. They are really trying to stay on top of what Amazon's doing. And I love that. I love to watch these companies see what's working for another company, and then they're like, we got to do that too. So this is the time of year where I have more time on my hands. Again, I'm trying to get more business coming in the summertime. So this is when I offer my customers free delivery. Free, you can call it free Friday delivery. But what I do is I start emailing all my customers in Chandler or all my customers in Ahwatukee. And I say, hey, I'm going to be delivering in your area next week. Is there anything you need? There's nothing pushy about it. There's nothing salesman-y. I'm just trying to give them a service. Texting is better, but if you don't have their phone numbers, at least email your customer base and say, hey, I'm going to be delivering in your area. If nothing else, go on Facebook groups and say, hey, I'm going to be delivering all over in Chandler next Friday or next Wednesday or whenever. Is there anything you need? Let me know right away and I'll bring it to you. The way you have them pay for it is up to you. Venmo. If you don't know about this, maybe I need to do another training on ways to get paid. Venmo is really nice because that's what all my kids are using as we swap back and forth and we need to pay each other for things, and it's free. There's Square Up, there's PayPal. Leave a check under your mat. When I did this 10 years ago with Gold Canyon, while I was working full time, I'd tell my customers, I'll deliver to you, but leave a check under your mat and I'll just leave the product by your door or by your plant, wherever they wanted me to leave it. So there's another way. You gotta get in touch with your customers and let them know you're willing to go the extra mile for them. I have time in the summertime. In the fourth quarter, I probably don't have much time to deliver, but I do now, so I'm gonna take advantage of it. The other thing is, oh gosh, what else did I have? just basically getting your name out there. If you're out running around and running errands, have a catalog handy. When I go get my nails done, I always say, hey, do you guys need anything? I sell Gold Canyon, and you know, I'm always getting products in. I order often. Let me know if you want something. I'll be glad to bring it to you. People love that you're willing to bring it to them. So keep that in mind. Okay, again, Friday night I'm doing a Facebook Live for our team, showing the new products and maybe some tips, fundraiser tips and things to help everyone else get going. I hope you can join me. If you're local, please come over and help me. I would rather have someone here helping me just because I just like that support. Okay, that's all I have. I hope that some of this is helpful for you and things you'll think about. Okay, until next time, I'll see you later. Love you all. Bye-bye.